Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you have not been here yet. My name is Marissa and I did the Disney College Program Spring 2019, and I have some awesome stories for when I worked there, but honestly not as many stories as you would think. I was only there for about 4 months, and even though every day is crazy in its own way, it's hard to remember the little details about everything because it was over a year ago, which is really sad. But I do have some great ones that I have gotten out of the vault of my memory, and I am so excited to share them with you. I did do a very similar video before, and it was all about crazy guest interactions that I had, which is one topic that I could probably talk about forever. But you know, after a while it gets a little bit repetitive because that's just what happens. But for this video, I decided to do something for the people who never really get to be behind the scenes at Disney. They've never had a chance to be a Disney cast member, or you dream about being a cast member and learning all the behind the scenes secrets. Just a disclaimer, I don't work for Disney anymore, so it's really okay that I'm talking about all of this. It's at my own disclosure, and I'm not saying anything bad about the company at all. It's all just personal experiences that I want to share with you guys. Cool? Cool. So this isn't all just one big story, it's a bunch of little things that happened to me over the course of 4 months, so buckle up. First thing that I'm going to talk about is something that people want to do so badly, and that is go into the utilidors of Magic Kingdom. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about, Magic Kingdom, the one that you know and spend time in, is actually the second level of Magic Kingdom. The first level of Magic Kingdom is underneath it, so you'd think it would be like the underground, but it's technically considered the first level. And this is basically a secret passageway that cast members use to get into work at Magic Kingdom, since you can't go through the actual entrance as a cast member. You can't go in the same way as guests, as if you're dressed in your costume. Jumping on quickly to also say that the obvious use of the utilidors is for cast members to go from one land to another without being seen by guests, or to stop from breaking up the theming. So say there's a Tomorrowland cast member and you don't want to see them in Frontierland. It just wouldn't make sense in the worlds that they are, so it keeps the magic alive, it keeps the worlds their own, and it also lets characters sneak from one place to another without being seen by any guests as well. Back to the video. So there are actually some pictures of utilidors on the internet. They are not my photos. Here's one of them. And they're definitely not my photos because every time you would go into the utilidors, you are not allowed to have your phone out. You can't be sending Snapchats, you can't be texting, you can't be changing your music. You are really not allowed to have your phone out in there, for a good reason, because it can really spoil some of the magic and ruin character integrity and all of that fun stuff. So the only time I was ever in the utilidors was right after traditions, and this is what every cast member has to go through before they start working. They basically teach you everything about Disney, all the core beliefs, the values, and they treat you with a little tour of Magic Kingdom, which you have to go through the utilidors to start that tour, and it's really, really fun. Everyone gets so excited about it. I had such a good time, but you can't take any pictures. It just has to be in your memory. Oh, I wish I could have vlogged that, but obviously I couldn't do that. But if you get to work at Disney, then you will be able to do that. But only Disney World in Florida. So in the utilidors, you see a lot of things. It's basically just a pathway. You're supposed to stay on your side. You have to go straight through. You can't really linger around. Someone will probably yell at you if you do that. But you know, they have their costuming department. I will say that when I was down there, I saw Princess Tiana, I saw Princess Ariel, I saw some of the princes, and it was just so funny and cool. And another really funny part about this is after we left the utilidors, when our tour was over, we took the bus back to Disney University, and on that bus were some of the princesses. Blew my mind to see them there. It's crazy. You know what I mean, guys? It was insane. And this is not trying to ruin the magic at all. I just thought it was so cool. Think of it more as trying to understand how a company like this creates this magic. And we learned a lot about that. But we would not want to ruin the magic for anybody else. So utilidors aside, amazing experience. Let's go to when I actually started working. I have some really funny stories here. I'm gonna start with talking about where I worked, and that was in Epcot in Spaceship Earth. Love that ride. I've talked about it a zillion times. You can see my vlogs about my day-to-day life of working there, but I miss it a lot now, and I can only have my memories and my vlogs. But anyway, something special about Spaceship Earth is that the cast members who closed the ride every single night had to say something in particular before shutting the ride down, because it was bad luck if you didn't. So there was a legend, or maybe just like a tale. We don't know how true it is, but I'm not saying it's not true, because I think it is. Apparently there was a construction worker who was working on Spaceship Earth when they were building it, who died during the process of construction. And apparently his name was Bernie, and it is said that the ghost Bernie lives in Spaceship Earth all the time. And I swear to you guys, when you were walking through there, my friend had a really weird experience where she just felt like a spirit there. So I don't know, there might be more than one. People also say that a girl who participated in the Make-A-Wish program who came to Disney loved Spaceship Earth. It was her favorite place. She did not die on the ride, but people say that after she died, they could see her popping up in some of the pictures on the ride, which is creepy. But it's kind of nice because she like will always live in her favorite ride in Disney World, and that's pretty amazing. But anyway, back to Bernie. Bernie is our friend. He helps us make the ride work well. As you know, Spaceship Earth has had a lot of problems recently. It's always shutting down. It's always getting evacuated. I have vlogs about that, talking about the whole process. So every night, if you were the person who closed the ride on the microphone, you could not leave the building without saying, "Good night, Bernie," or everyone would be like, are you kidding me? You have to say this. So one night, my friend, he was a trickster. We all loved when the ride shut down because we basically had to do no work then. We all had to stand outside, answer questions. We got to trade pins, blow bubbles. Like, it was so fun. We just got to interact the most we ever did. So we kind of enjoyed when the ride was shut down. One night my friend said, "Good night, Bernard." And we were all like, oh. And he said it in a way like, "Good night, Bernard," just so he would hear it. And let me tell you guys, the next day, Spaceship Earth was shut down for my entire shift from 3:30 till 9:30. Actually, it might have opened at like 8:30 right before we were about to close it for the night, and we were like, "No, Bernie!" But it was still amazing. And that leads me to my third little story, which happened because of that situation. The day that it was shut down, it was pouring rain all day. So we had to basically stand under Spaceship Earth, which is a giant wind tunnel, and be pelted with rain and wind, and everyone usually goes to Spaceship Earth to hide from the rain, and since it was closed, got a lot of angry guests that day. But it was fun because we had a little escape. So if you've ever been to Spaceship Earth, you know that right across from the entrance is basically a mirrored wall, and it looks like it holds it up, but that mirrored wall is actually a door that opens into an elevator. So little by little, the maintenance guys and the leaders would be taking us as a treat up to the maintenance lounge. So they'd get like 6 of us at a time if we were supposed to be on a break, or if we really weren't needed outside. And they got sent a bunch of hamburgers and french fries from the electric umbrella. And we got to all have them, eat them in the maintenance lounge. And it was one of the coolest things ever. And we were just, you know, chilling up in Spaceship Earth while the ride was stopped. Another really fun thing about Spaceship Earth being shut down all the time was that even if you were scheduled to be on a post loading guests onto the ride or unloading guests while it was shut down, you still had to stand there. But you didn't really have to stand because nobody was in there, so you got to sit in the cars. Some people even took naps while the ride was shut down until someone bumped them on the shoulder and gave them the rotation for the next position. They were napping in a car. You guys think it's hard work? You get some good breaks. Very rarely. So that was a really fun perk. I never took a nap. I was always just like chatting with everybody. It was just fun. We got to like hang out in our place of work and not really do anything. Another really fun shift that you could get working at Spaceship Earth was something that we called the babysitting shift. And this was a shift where you stayed after the ride was closed. So say your shift would be 3:30 to 11:30. And you would have to, you know, do your normal shift until the ride closed. And then you got to sit in the post-show room, which was basically the room in Spaceship Earth called Project Tomorrow, where they have all the little games. And you could literally sit on a couch with your little radio. Just make sure nobody comes in the ride and watch a movie on Netflix on your phone. You could nap there. That wouldn't really be doing a good babysitting job, but you could talk to the maintenance guys, the custodians, be like, "What up? I'm chilling." And you would do this until the park clearing people got to you and said, "Okay, we're clear up to this point, you can go home." So basically you got paid to sit there for an extra 2 hours while all the guests left the park just to make sure nobody came in the doors. And the doors were locked at this point, so unless someone pulled them open, you were just chilling in there the whole time. That was a pretty amazing shift to get. I'm gonna end this one on a really embarrassing story that I'm kind of grossed out to even tell about myself, but you know what, I just had to share this with you guys. So when you're a cast member, you can't be roaming around the park in your costume and name tag, you know, unless you want to be asked questions and bothered by guests. So if you're on your break and you don't want to be bothered and act like a normal guest, you have to change your clothes. So I really had to go to the bathroom on my break, and I didn't feel like walking all the way to the cast bathroom, which is like backstage, like maybe a 5, 6, 7-minute walk. Doesn't that make me sound so lazy? I sneakily decided to use the guest bathroom, which is right outside of Spaceship Earth. So what I had was my cast pea coat, and it looks like a huge giant pea coat. It was like 3 sizes too big on me. Here's a picture of my friend Chloe wearing hers, just to give you an image. So I put that on me just to cover myself up, pretend like I literally was a guest. Like, come on, they could tell I was wearing a costume. And I realized halfway towards my walk to the bathroom that I still had my name tag on. So I ripped it off really quick, put it in my back pocket, and I went inside to use the bathroom. I was like, nobody could tell that I'm a cast member using this bathroom. I didn't get in trouble. Let me just pee. I go to pee, and I forget that my name tag's in my back pocket. And what happens? My name tag falls into the toilet. I didn't even go to the bathroom yet, but my name tag fell into the toilet. I didn't have another name tag. I could not go back into work and start my shift in the next 5 minutes without a name tag. So what do? Your girl reached into the toilet, grabbed her name tag, and I literally scrubbed that thing. I was really trying to hide it because how unprofessional would that look if a guest could see me washing my name tag in the sink? Oh my god, I was traumatized. I put Purell on it. I washed it so much. I washed my hands a billion times. I felt disgusting for the whole rest of the day until my shift was over and I could go home and shower. It was horrible. Oh man, I can't believe I just told you guys that. I almost washed that out of my memory, but somehow it popped up and I just had to share it on the internet because why not? So you know what, guys? Being cast member Disney is never boring. And you could get into a lot of sticky situations, but also there's the perks of it, like having a nice dinner up in the maintenance lounge of Spaceship Earth. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you laughed, and I hope you learned some really fun and cool things about the Disney magic and behind the scenes as a cast member. I only know so much because I only had one job for 4 months. Real talk here, guys. When I left Disney, I said, okay, I don't want to work there ever again. I just like it as a vacation place. But I really miss all of those little fun stories. Even if some days were really hard and I was so tired, I miss that part of it and all the people that I got to be with every day. So, I don't know. Maybe I'll go back. I really don't know. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed another storytime video. If you didn't catch my last one, go watch that. And I will see you in the next one. Bye!